Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you 5 tips for moms on the go. I remember very clearly that one of my biggest obstacles as a new mom was getting out of the house. It's definitely more of a mission now that I have 2 kids, but I've learned over the years a couple things that help make outings a little bit more stress-free. Number 1 is probably, in my opinion, the most important, and it is to always have snacks. Snacks will keep 4 out of my kids' 5 senses completely occupied. Sight, touch, smell, and taste are all occupied, so you're more likely to have a smooth ride there if it's a longer trip, or a pleasant outing if it's a short trip. These days, the snacks that I grab at my local grocery store can be full of junk and just nasty stuff that I don't really want my kids to have. Giving your kids a bunch of snacks can make moms feel guilty. Not only that, but my kids get bored of the same old snacks, the goldfish crackers and the gummies. After a while, they're not that impressed. Luckily, I have found an easy solution for that too. Love with Food is a monthly subscription box that starts at $9.99. You get to try 8 snacks every month, and they are all healthy. They're free of artificial coloring and flavoring. They're free of MSG. It's just 100% junk free. They also have a gluten-free box if you struggle with that, and I've had some of those gluten-free snacks. They're delish. Love with Food also donates a meal for every time a box is shipped. They've already donated like 700,000 meals, so this is seriously like guilt-free snacking. It's also good for moms on the go to have snacks for themselves, and luckily they got you covered there too. I have been loving these Betty Lou's energy balls. They're gluten-free and vegan and so yummy. And I get to enjoy them just long enough before Zachary sees me, and then he's off with it. And thankfully, when you like an item in the box, you can always go back online and order more of them with free shipping. So you get your Love with Food box, you take some juice boxes, and you are all set. Tip number 2 is to have backups in the car. I kid you not, I don't know if it's mommy brain or what, I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to my destination and completely forgotten an essential. Luckily, I now keep a little basket in my trunk, and in there I keep diapers, wipes, more snacks, just in case. I also throw in there a change of clothes, and even sometimes an extra shirt for me if it's a longer trip, blankets, juice boxes, and water. When Zachary was little, I would also put a little sample-sized jar of baby formula just in case. I cannot tell you how many times this has saved my life. Number 3 is to learn the art of distraction. Discipline is very important to me. At the same time, sometimes when a child is having a meltdown in public because they're tired or their feelings are hurt or they're just not working with you, sometimes things just work better if you're able to quickly distract them. My go-tos are anything that I can get them excited about, like, whoa, was that a car? Or like, look at the bird over there in the sky. And I know I probably look a little crazy being super dramatic, but it gets the kid kind of distracted away from what was bothering them just long enough for me to get them in the car, strap them down, and then we can deal with it when we get home. Number 4 is, when possible, always have a plan. And I plan a lot. The night before, I will pack cars if we're taking a long trip the next day. I plan around naps, and my new thing is that I plan whenever we go to a restaurant. So if we're going out to eat, whether it's like slightly spontaneous, I take advantage of those few minutes in the car ride to figure out what everybody is going to eat. Because the worst part is you sitting there trying to figure out what you're going to order, and you have the kids screaming, they're getting antsy, they're getting hungry, or they're getting impatient. So I like to walk into the restaurant. As soon as the waiter comes in to get our drink order, I shoot him with the whole order all together so we could just get that going. If your kids are really antsy, you can even request to have their food brought out first, which is sometimes helpful. I've never really had to do that, but I have had a couple of waiters offer to do that, and so if I ever needed to, I am not afraid to ask that they take care of that. Last but not least, this one is just for you moms to give you a word of encouragement, and that is, do not fear. One, I personally feel like my children can smell fear. If they feel like you're hesitant or you're not really sure of yourself, mine are definitely more likely to challenge me in public, to kind of push boundaries because they feel like I'm insecure or I'm not sure what I'm doing. I try to be very confident with them and definitely mean what I say. If I say, you know, you do that one more time, we are going home. As much as it sucks and I wish I didn't have to, I will get them in that car and we are going home. And this also applies in don't have any fear or worry when it comes to people around you judging. I cannot tell you how many times I have questioned what people around me must think while I'm trying to kind of handle my child. I have literally had to carry a screaming toddler out of a library. So embarrassing. It was the worst moment ever. I have a couple of embarrassing moments, but that is definitely top 3. And I've learned now to really just not worry or be afraid of what people are going to think or about what people are going to say. Most times when people make comments or they think a certain way, it's because they don't have children of their own. If it's another parent and they're looking, I can speak from personal experience. If I see somebody throwing a fit and a mom struggling to handle that child, it's a look of like, girl, I feel you. It is not a look of like, shame on you for having a misbehaving child. And every child is 110% different. Every mom has their own struggles. My kids are amazing at some things that other parents are very impressed with, but they're also horrible at some things that I see like the children of my friends and family be able to handle perfectly. So just every kid is different. Nobody knows your struggle. Don't worry about comparing it. And I hope that it encourages some of you new moms, or maybe some of you more experienced moms, to seriously just go out there and have a good day with your kids. And the more you practice as a mother and they practice as children, you're just gonna get in your groove, and it's gonna be no problem handling however many you have. If you guys have any more tips or suggestions, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. And as always, be sure to check the description box down below. There's a ton of good info down there, including all the information for the Love with Food box. There's a link where you can get 40% off your first box, 50% off your first gluten-free box. And so if you're interested in trying it and just kind of on the fence, then that might help, because girl, your first box, that's gonna be cheap. I genuinely never talk about brands that I don't appreciate or personally enjoy. If you guys have followed me for a long time, you know that we've actually talked about the Love with Food box on Diamonds on Deck probably about a year ago. We loved it back then. I love it even more now, especially now that I have kids. Let me just show you some of the stuff that comes in this box real quick. You got some pork sticks in here, rosemary truffle gourmet popcorn, gourmet popcorn, the baked mac and cheese puffs. Connor also really likes these. These are organic hard candy, peanut butter breakfast cookies, dark chocolate with marzipan. This I thought was super cool. This is a tomato and onion bruschetta, or bruschetta, however you want to pronounce it. And I was like, what am I gonna dip in here? They give you corn chips. That's right. These are freaking bomb. The jalapeno chips, I've tried these before. Granola cookies. There's another breakfast cookie in here, and this one's double chocolate. Yum. Dark chocolate caveman nutrition bar. Paleo inspired. These are freaking bomb. Little caramels from Annie B's. Power O's. Another energy ball. Some more little candies. Now this is where they had me. In this box, there was a $100 wine voucher. Now granted, it's only off a case of wine that's priced at $160 or more. But if you go on there and you get a case of wine for 60 bucks, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you very much. Okay, now this is the end of the video. I'm sorry, I just had to show you all the cool stuff that I got in my box. So yeah, check out the description box down below for all the info. All my social media stuff is down there. If you have any question at all, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below. I really try my hardest to make sure everybody's question gets answered. My next video, I want to try to do a Valentine's Day lookbook, like what you should wear on a date to Valentine's Day. So if that sounds good, leave me a comment down below for that. Give this video a thumbs up for that too. That way I know that you'd want to see it. Okay? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!